out like this!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim's Special Edition. My name's Camel, and today we have a guide for the unique dagger, Nettlebane. Now be sure to hit up my social medias, links to them can be found down in the description. Down there is also a timestamp that will take you straight to the overview of Nettlebane, which is an absolute pile of garbage, but with some fairly cool lore behind it. It's also uniquely skinned, which is a rarity among unique items, sadly and ironically. Now, as adventurers, we'll need to make our way home to the city we all know and may or may not love, Whiterun. On the map, it can be found. Come on lads, we know where it is. Now you might notice that the Gilded Green is looking a bit shit. Well, let's do something about that, eh? If we come to the Temple of Kinnereth, or just poke around Whiterun in general, specifically the stream, we will find Danica Pure-Spring.
Hello, child of Kinnereth. Lately it seems I am more nurse than priestess, tending to those who have suffered both in mind and body from this terrible war.
Tell me about this tree.
This is the Eldergleam. It was planted as a seedling in the early years of Whiterun. Disciples of Kinnereth could sense something holy in it, and traveled far to hear the winds of the goddess in its branches. They built the temple. Of course, not as many pilgrims these days.
What's so special about this tree?
To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo.
Oh no, is there any way to revive the tree?
I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it. Not with any normal metal.
And what kind of weapon would work?
Eldergleam is older than metal, from a time before men or elves. To even affect it, you have to tap into the old magic. You'll have to deal with the hag-ravens. I've heard about the weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself.
I'll get Nettlebane for you.
Your spirit is strong. Kinnereth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
Now we will have the quest called the Blessing of Nature. Firstly, we'll need to retrieve Nettlebane. Now to get this big pile of poo, we'll need to travel high into the mountains of Falkreath to Orphan Rock. On the map, it can be found to the northeast of Helgen, which is the city that you start the game in. Once here, we'll have to fight through a decently sized coven of witches, so be prepared for that. Also, of course, at the top of Orphan Rock itself, we will have to face off with a hagraven and slay her. On her corpse, we can find the very weapon we came here for, Nettlebane. Be sure to grab it, and once you do, make your way back to Danica at the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun. Be sure to find her and interrupt her while she mends the sick and heals the ill, cause Nettlebane is much more important.
So, have you gotten Nettlebane back from those filthy hag-ravens yet?
I found Nettlebane for you.
Oh, I honestly didn't expect you to come back. Of course I'm glad you did. Now, I don't really want to touch that thing though. Do you think you could handle the next steps?
What needs to be done?
Eldergleam Sanctuary Grove is to the east of here. You can use Nettlebane to retrieve some of its sap.
Was I correct in hearing that you were traveling to the Grove of the Eldergleam?
Why, can I help you?
I am a traveler, a pilgrim. I follow the voice of Kinnereth wherever it can be heard. I've dreamed of seeing Eldergleam for years. Might I travel alongside you? I promise not to get in the way.
You're welcome to join. You'll probably die on the way.
I thank you for your kindness.
So now, with this pilgrim, Maurice Jondrel, we'll be making our way to the dizzyingly verdant cave that is Eldergleam Sanctuary. On the map, it can be found smack bang in the middle of the hot spring fields in Lower Eastmarch. Head inside the cave and make your way through the tunnel until you make your way out into the dazzlingly rich sanctum, littered with lavishly lush flora peppered with moss and pines, grass-laden floors showered gingerly by soft spring falls, breathing life into this micro-ecosystem, resting Towering, godlike, is the Eldergleam tree, planted deep into its throne of stone, with a halo of cold sunlight softly shafting its way through the pale pink fingers of the Eldergleam. It's no wonder people worship this tree. Now we'll want to make our way up the path until it is blocked by the Eldergleam's roots. Now there is only one thing to do: take out Nettlebane and strike each root until inwards they furl, like tentative tentacles. Up we go, hacking at each ancient root until...
I had no idea you were a woman of violence. What exactly are you intending to do here?
I need sap to fix the Gildergreen.
You would violate this marvel of Kinnereth's glory to fix that half-breed stump in Whiterun? That's abominable. Barbaric! I'll have no part of this. Why didn't you tell me what you intended?
Huh? What, you got a better idea?
Well, yes. There is something. It won't repair the tree back at the temple, but we could bring them a new one.
Alright, what do you have in mind?
Follow me. I think I can convince the tree to help us. The Eldergleam has blessed us with a sapling. You should take it to Whiterun. Danica will want to see that the true blessings of nature lie in renewal, not a slavish maintenance.
What will you do now?
I believe I'll stay here and bask in Eldergleam's warmth a bit longer. Good luck on your travels. May Kinnereth's wind carry only the sweetest scents.
So, we will have now been presented with the Eldergleam sapling. We need to pick up that boy and take it back to Danica in the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun.
Do you have the Eldergleam sap?
Yeah, about that, I've got a sapling.
But I can't run the temple without the support of people who are inspired by the Eldergleam. How can this little tree bring new worshippers?
Look, Marie said that renewal is more important than maintenance. I'm totally shifting the blame onto someone else.
You're right, of course. It can be hard to hear the winds of Kinnereth when all you hear are the rabble in the temple. Death feeds new life. I'm sure that in time, this little sapling will grow into a new Gildergreen that will tower over Whiterun. Thank you.
Once we complete the quest, Danica Pure-Spring will also now become available to the player as a master level restoration trainer. And that's always good, but now it's time to gaze upon the true nature of Nettlebane. It's got a base damage of 6, a swing speed of 1.3 swings per second. That leaves us with a base DPS of 7.8. It has the standard dagger's reach of 0.7, it's got a weight of 10, a value of 5. And once the quest has been completed, it can be upgraded with an ebony ingot, which requires ebony smithing. However, it does not benefit from any smithing perk, meaning you'll need to fortify your smithing skill beyond 100 with spells and effects to improve Nettlebane beyond flawless quality. It also bears no enchantment, and not only that, but it can't even be enchanted, even once the quest is complete. Now first of all, let's get this out of the way. I already did at the start of the video, but let's do it again. Nettlebane is a piece of G, a big steaming pile of garbage. You'll never use it again. It's got an offensively poor base damage, it's really heavy for a dagger, it's got a value of 5, I mean by Kinnereth's nipples this thing stinks. However, it is a must-have for collectors, because it's a really cool weapon once you learn about it. Firstly, it is uniquely skinned, again an ironically rare thing for unique weapons in Skyrim. It shares the same shape as an ebony dagger, but has intricate, viney, veiny, rooty, tree tendrily designs running up it, bearing a slightly dark green and brown hue, giving it a living, plant-based kind of appearance. And unlike ebony daggers, however, it weighs much more and is worth much less. Also, when equipped, it makes the same sounds that an iron dagger, glass dagger, and dragon priest dagger make, whereas the standard ebony daggers will make the same sound as a one-handed sword. Again, making it a little bit more different to a normal ebony dagger. Now, while there isn't much lore on it, what there is cool. According to legend, Nettlebane is the only weapon old enough to cut through the bark of the Eldergleam tree, since, of course, the Eldergleam is older than the existence of metal itself. Thusly, the Eldergleam cannot be harmed by metal-based weapons. This is of course where Nettlebane comes in. Originally, it was crafted by hag ravens to sacrifice Spriggans. Presumably, given its age, it isn't made out of metal, but instead made out of nettle. Now, unlike most daggers, Nettlebane cannot be gifted to an adopted child in Hearthfire. And not that you would, but don't put it into the inventory of NPCs via pickpocketing. If you do this, Nettlebane will become a pair of glass gauntlets or occasionally an ebony helmet. Sounds like some clean scripting there, boys. I would also highly advise that you don't put this thing anywhere near a weapon rack. I've never seen a longer list of bugs and glitches associated with an item, when of course it comes to weapon racks, so don't put it on a weapon rack. It will vanish, the weapon rack will vanish, it will fall through the ground, or it might even just bring back the durability system. All things none of us want. So don't risk losing it, or it will become the bane of your existence. Or, with that kind of humour, is it a case of the pot calling the nettle black? Kill me. Here is Nettlebane in action.
There's no escape. That's your best? I can take you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Camel, and this has been my guide for the unique dagger, Nettlebane. I do hope this video helped you out, and if it did, you'll be very interested in checking out the other Skyrim Special Edition guides that I've already done. Links to them can be found down in the description. Down there, in the old description, you can also find links to my social medias, including Twitter and Patreon. Be sure to hit them up if you are keen in supporting the channel and keeping up to date with what I'm up to. As I'm sure you know, all of my time and energy goes into making these videos for you, so your support is most appreciated and welcomed in any and all forms. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there soon.